Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the spookiest stream in the game. My name is Greedalicious, and I promise I'll put away the cheese now. With me is Raven. Hi.
Yo,
I see you have
I
a
don't know what
very.
I don't know what this all is about. Spookiest stream and
It's
everything.
Halloween, and I
Yeah,
see
but
you're following the theme with the cursed. It's beautiful.
yeah, that's
Thank you for
because of that.
supporting
That's
the Halloween.
definitely because of Halloween. Yes.
Yeah, of course. Tonight we have the grand finals actually. Episode Europae against Polish Eagles.
Yep.
Did you expect these two teams to make it to the final?
AE, yes. Polish Eagles, definitely not.
No, they like we kind of follow them throughout the entire tournament, and they just like every time basically they play, they're like, they're not gonna beat this team. Oh wait, okay, yeah, I mean they beat this team, sure, but will they beat the next
I
team?
mean,
No, they're not gonna beat the next team. No, no, no. Oh wait, they played
there
them
were
too.
some
Like
teams of which I thought like, well, I mean, sure they have a chance of beating them, but it's. I mean, I didn't expect it to go the way it did for them. Like they crushed some of the teams they fought against actually.
yeah, they
Like
really did. They're basically like the poster childs right now for just the potential of players in Warband. Like they just surprised every week. And at some point, you just need to give it to them. Like they just played really well.
they certainly have, and I mean, like it's not like it's gotten gradually closer or anything. It just felt like every time they got like the wins pretty decisively. At least, I mean, sometimes it was pretty hard fought as well, you know. But overall, like whenever they won something, it was decisively, you know.
Yeah, I think they got more and more confident basically in their abilities. Like they had a
Yeah.
few games where a few players just played like godlike, basically, and which helped them. But like the next match, they kind of say, okay, well he's playing really good right now. But the rest of the team is also playing really good right now. So it's just basically evens out.
Yeah, I mean, they are fighting Apis Europae though, and this is a team, like Apis Europae is a team that has won many major tournaments before. They've been in this position countless times, and they've persevered in those situations as well, coming out on top in most of them. So yeah, I don't know. I think it's gonna be super tough for Polish Eagles, you know, because of these successes they've been having, there's really a lot of pressure on them to do the same again now. Like they've done it again and again and again, so to speak, but they've got to do it again here and maybe even better in order to actually bring down AE
Yeah,
or even get
they
close to that.
just but you can't underestimate Polish Eagles either. Like I think Epis Ropai they used to be like non-stop the best, but I think they've been kind of lacking a little bit in skill this tournament. Maybe it's
Yeah, I
just because
mean,
of inactivity, but I can see there's some weaknesses on the AE side right now, and
I
it's
think
it's up
some
to
of that
Polish
is
Eagles to use it.
attributed to that as well, but what made AE come out on top a lot as well in the past was also due a lot to their teamwork as well, in my opinion. Like their general tactics and team play, coordination, everything was it's pretty good with them, you know. So that's what usually made them win against all these other top tier teams, you know, whenever they had to fight against those in grand finals and stuff like that.
Yeah, their team play is top notch. Like you can't argue with that.
Yeah. But it is true that like we've talked to some of their players, right? And they just don't seem to either have the time to practice a lot or they just have fallen off at least somewhat. But I mean, if you look at the names of the players on their roster, that's some scary business in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean just looking at the people who are in right now, like this
Well,
is
I
a scary
mean, you're
team.
not showing that on the stream
That's
though,
true. You'll
so
find out very shortly because I think Polish Eagles and Epis Europa are both ready. So we'll be going into the match shortly.
yep.
No time
I'm
to
ex-
look at. This is why I want to start earlier, but ah, ah, we need
yeah.
to.
Well, I mean, that's your fault, isn't it, that we didn't do that? So
I'll take some of the blame.
some of it. Well, anyways, let's go. Grand Finals AE versus Polish Eagles. I'm excited.
I'm excited too. It should be really good.
Yep,
Right off the bat, we see 4-2-2.
4-2-2.
which is
from AE, which is normal. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes you can go for an extra archer on Vagers, but even for Vagers on everyone, like getting the 4-2-2, like 4 cav, 2 archers, 2 imps,
it's just classic.
it's classic, yeah. On the other hand, we have Polish Eagles with 3 cav, 3 infantries, and 2 archers.
You know, we just made a mistake. They actually had to have 3 archers. They had 3 cav. 3 cav, 3 archers, 2 infantry.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're both blind. It's been a long day.
I trusted you, but I'll never do that again, that's for sure.
Please never do that. The flag is
Alright,
about to
so both
spawn.
teams in fact running a 3-3-2 setup then.
Yeah, it seems like it.
But for AE it's 3 archers, and for Polish Eagles it's 3 imps.
Yeah, I'm not sure about 3 infantry.
I'm not too sure about it either, like... Serenade imps only have 2 shield skill.
Yeah,
Like,
they're not
that's
really...
not a lot, you know, their shields aren't really gonna hold out if they stand on the flag for a long time.
They maybe did it just to get that extra protection against Peter. Like, they can stop Peter now with the bamboo spears, but the problem isn't gonna be actually killing him. Broomstick and Prince are gonna have to do some work here. But it's Broomstick and Prince. Like, they can do it.
Yeah, but then again, Peter is not the only problem you have to face on that lineup they have, though. Like,
That's
they've
true.
got Corey and Azan on Gav as well. Like,
Yeah.
that's not a joke.
This is incredibly passive from both teams. Nobody's even fired an
Yeah.
arrow that I've seen.
I mean, it's kind of understandable in the sense that you don't really want to commit like your imps to the flag or anything, and
not too
just
early.
get them whittled down too early. And PE doesn't want to get again on the flag with their imps because AE have 3 archers, so they might
Yeah.
potentially get crossfired if they move too early.
Axel is in a
So
very
they
good
need
spot
to
as
know
well.
where their archers are, and Axel's already setting up on the fence.
Blackhawk is just poking a little bit. Oh, but now they're taking on Broomstick. That's one archer
Yeah.
down. Bush checking on Axel in the
Bush taking
background.
on Axel though. Oh, that's the archer down. That was a very important pick for
Yeah, it
PE.
was. Kramer's stopping Corey. Hitting
Prince
oh,
Lele
Prince with a nice
beautiful position
headshot.
there in the graveyard.
Yeah, he's doing really good work here. Kurt's taking on Blue as well. Scar taking it back on Blackhawk.
Yeah,
Ozan
it's
is just
difficult
trying,
for
but
any archers to shoot into this because it's so clutch.
you don't shoot into that. Like, you need to take your time and aim properly. Nell is in a very good position too,
Yeah.
though.
Oh, the flag though. It's the round's
Yeah.
almost over.
They need to kill Deacon very quickly here, but he's
He's
nah.
just gonna win by flag.
Yeah, Scar wins it there as well. This was good potential there from Polish Eagles. Like,
I think it was reasonably close, but I think the clutch fight actually screwed them over a little bit because then, like, Prince's position didn't really matter at that point anymore because, as you said, like, you don't really want to shoot into that,
Yeah.
like, recklessly. So you've got to take more time with your shots. But Prince, like, I was looking from his perspective a little bit. He couldn't really do any shots from there, you know?
it's too risky to shoot into that. And Polish
But I
Eagles have a
think-
lot of team kills as well this tournament. They don't want to add on to that. Like, all Europa had to do there was stall for time, which they did beautifully. They
Yeah,
ended
but
up winning the
I
fights
still
anyway.
think that
But
PE made the right decision at the beginning when the flag spawned though, because if they had stepped on it instantly, then AE would have had all the time in the world to just set up around it with the crossfire and stuff.
they would
You
have
know,
just
now they
fired freely
waited
at
it
them.
out,
Yeah,
and they actually got Axel at the very beginning of the round before he could get anything done, so that was really good.
Yeah, I agree with that. There wasn't
Like, if-
not much they could do there. Like, they had to win the
Yeah.
fight quicker than they did, but this is Europa we're talking about. Like,
Yeah.
it's not gonna be easy to just win
I mean,
that.
they both had to wait before getting on the flag, so they could set up like they could find out where the AE arches were and stuff, you know, so they wouldn't just run into a crossfire.
Yeah.
But they also had to win the fight quickly, as you said, afterwards, and they couldn't quite pull it off. But they were, I mean, the fight was pretty close.
It was a good
for the
fight,
most
yeah.
part.
And looks like Polish Eagles taking the massive advantage here, just getting on the point quickly. They're gonna have to set, like, they have
Yeah.
really good positions right now.
I'm
AE is gonna
gonna
struggle
be
with
interested
pushing
in
into
where
this.
AE set up their archers though, because with 3 archers it's always this thing like, how do you set up your crossfire? You have
Especially
to get
if you're not
like
there
maximum potential out of all of your archers, you know.
Yeah, and they didn't even get to it first. Like, they're gonna struggle here. And Bliv is playing Archer.
Yeah, Axel's gonna set up at the rock. Bliv's very close to him, like their angles aren't really that much different.
Oh, this is, right now it's a little bit of a deja vu, except this time Polish Eagle has the flag.
Yeah,
Oh.
Deacon and Scar are gonna step on the flag because otherwise it's gonna go too high, but they're outnumbered.
Yeah,
So
they're-
unless the AE archers get some shots into this melee fight,
Oh,
then...
Hubert does take a hit, but so does Scar. Here comes the
Yeah, Axel
cavalry.
losing his shield there.
Blackhawk taking
He's
a
getting
hit, but
pushed.
Deacon goes down. Ozan gets stopped as well. Corey trying to
Yeah.
help out Scar, but Blackhawk stops him.
Polish
Corey
Eagles
also
doing
getting
a
stopped.
great job at
Oh,
zoning the people on the
they
flag, to be
definitely are. Peter taking out Colonel Curse there, but
honest. Yeah,
they-
but they're gonna need to kill everyone.
Yeah,
like
they
they're
do.
gonna need to kill everyone on PE, otherwise they're just gonna lose by flag. And also,
Blackhawk
Polish
just
Eagles
staying
is raising
alive.
the flag.
Beautiful play there by Blackhawk, just staying alive, fighting against Scar there. Kramer comes out to help him as well,
Oh,
taking
very
down.
close fight.
Ozan
Also,
and Peter both gonna dismount, but there we go.
Broomstick and Nella have been fighting in the back of the graveyard for
Yeah,
like
they've been fighting
ages
there
as
the
well.
entire game, and like it's not gonna help out for him. Like it's 3 versus 3. Kramer needs to kill Peter here, or at least stay alive. He's just gonna shoot.
Yeah,
up.
but Faruni
Farunium
can also
coming in.
dismount on the flag.
Oh, Kramer
Yeah,
with
P are
taking
gonna
advantage
take this
there. Bliv as well, low health. Nella and Broomstick still fighting. Broomstick finishing off.
Oh, that
Very,
was so
very
well
well
played
played
by
by
Polish Eagles. Like they got an early advantage on the flag, and they had Prince in the field, I think, behind them, which is just generally a good position to have an
very good
archer.
position. They didn't
And
really
then they
push
had
him.
Broomstick in the graveyard, which I think is a beautiful move because usually archers kind of move more towards the flag as the enemies do that from the other side of the church. But you can't, like, AE have 3 archers. They're gonna send someone around the back, like through the graveyard, to try and get some shots in the back. But Broomstick was just like, well, if you're gonna try that, Nele, then I'm
Yeah.
just gonna melee you the rest of the round.
Yeah,
And it
he
worked
just
out perfectly.
played defensively against him, or I don't think he really played defensive. He just kept his own against Nella, and if Nella
Yeah.
had succeeded there, it could have done massive damage to Polish Eagles. That was very
Yep.
good play by him.
Definitely. Also, like, Peter picked up a lot of kills there, but like he needed too much time to do it, you know, and the AE infantry and archers couldn't really give him the time to do so because the flag was
Oh.
just raising all that time.
Speaking of the flag, Polish Eagles once again first one on the point here. AE
Yeah.
very defensive. Like I think they were gambling more to the flag spawn far side, but this time
Gambling
didn't-
isn't good, man. Gambling
it's
isn't good because this is
definitely
the
not.
second time in a row that PE get the
Oh.
flag now.
Blackhawk trying to be sneaky, throwing javelins. but
Blackhawk. Just
Like,
trying
of course,
to gaff.
not wearing shoes.
Obviously.
He doesn't need it. No foot shots so far on him.
Both Prince and Broomstick in the graveyard. That's a little bit odd,
Oh.
considering they're like on top of each other. But Prince is gonna move now.
Union trying to sneak up there, and once again, like AE are trying to sneak up behind him here, Bliv on the far and Peter, but
Yeah,
see how
but
that
I mean
works.
the
Furion
Cav,
takes
the
a massive
PE
hit
Cav
though.
are just doing a good job at watching the
Oh,
site.
Bush getting trapped. I don't see him surviving this. Yeah, Corey taking him down there.
Ooh,
Nelle taking down Hubert
that's
as
what
well.
AE
There we
that's what
go.
AE
Nelle pulling it back here. Beautiful shots by him, taking down 2 infantry
Now
on
they
the
have a
point.
crossfire too with Bliv on the side and Axel getting
Axel
a headshot
again
too.
with a
Oh,
headshot.
headshots everywhere.
Yeah,
like.
this is Bliv on the far grabbing kill there as well. There is no way for Polish Eagles to win this round, but Prince is kind of pulling his weight here. Broomstick as well fighting against Peter. Soft spots, Peter breaks him down.
Yeah, looks
Prince-
like Prince is gonna die soon too. He's
Yeah.
not gonna kill their whole team on his own. I mean,
Oh, this was very well played by Apis Europae. They tried to be a little bit sneaky there in the backline, but it didn't work out. He ended
yeah,
up getting
I
trapped
mean,
and killed by 3 people.
this time it was a lot better movement by AE because the round before where the flag spawned around the church area, they looked kind of indecisive on what to do, you know, because when they sent an archer around the back of the graveyard, he got stopped and everything. Crossfire didn't really work out, inps outnumbered, all that kind of stuff going on. But here, they actually used the time that Polish Eagles spent just passively sitting on the flag to set up one of their own crossfires.
Yeah, Peter
And
being incredibly aggressive.
Nele showed us actually that he didn't need a
They,
crossfire at all.
yeah,
He just
I mean, they need
shot
to
them all
give
to
some
pieces.
points to Nella there. Those 2 headshots on infantry were just beautiful. Like they,
that's just
it
devastating.
destroyed their team there. Just
Yeah,
no infantry on the flag, like no problem. Just you're dead.
I mean two shots, 2 headshots,
Yeah.
and
Axel as well.
The fight is-
instantly
the fight was
getting
over.
one back. Yeah, that was incredibly well played by the AE archers. It's a bit surprising considering who they have playing as archer. Like they have Bliv on the far, who's technically infantry, and Axel, who's a cavalry player.
well, they don't seem to care. I mean, as long as they win the rounds with them, and they are actually getting, well, the shots at least that last round. So
Yeah, like you just need to give archers time to shoot. Like that's the most important thing. And we have
yeah,
New
But
fight here on the
Polish
graveyard.
Eagles, I feel like we've seen this before,
Yeah,
but let's see how AE handles it this time. I'm not sure
I
if they're gonna
think
handle it the exact same way. I feel like if they're
doesn't
gonna
look like
send
it.
Nele through the back, he's just gonna run into Broomstick or some calves again.
Yeah, I mean Firuna and Newturn
Actually,
Curse are
Kramer
both
is
there.
with Broomstick as well this time, just to make sure.
That's yeah, but they're not pushing him. Kramer should get back to his teammate here, on
Yeah,
flag,
they should.
because
Otherwise, they
Nella
lose the
is in a
advantage
very
at the
good
flag.
position
Yeah.
right now. Like
Polish Eagles
one,
Imp's
like
getting pushed away from the flag.
yeah, like a little bit of a flick on the shields, and Nella can shoot him. Yeah, there we go. One shot on Blackhawk there. But
Like, AE are just firing head-on into this PE infantry squad with 3 archers now.
yeah,
Oh, actually,
it's
Bliv is shooting to the side, apparently. But,
Prince. Oh, he does spot Azanda, trying to be sneaky, but not working out for him.
yeah.
But
But
he's just gonna harass
so
Prince
far,
now. Oh, Frunen taking a
so
big
far
hit
no
on him though.
kills though.
Yeah, just a lot of damage going both
Yeah.
sides basically. They're gonna have to fight soon.
Yeah,
Time is running out.
Deacon and Scar wanna fight, it feels like, but they don't wanna run
Yeah.
into Broomstick or something
They
like that. Oh, they're
Polish
gonna push
Eagle
him
need
now.
to walk a little bit more forward, otherwise they're losing the flag here. Also taking
Oh,
on Prince there in the
now
back
there's gonna
line.
be a fight
Yeah,
breaking out. Peter coming in. Decisive kill there.
This is very good by AE.
Very good for
Nale
AE too.
getting
Look
back.
where a PE fight, all on the side where the AE
Yeah.
archers are.
Yeah, this is not so good. Corey taking a big hit there, but I don't see them working out today. Like, yeah, 2 against 5. This... It,
Polish
yeah.
Eagles are not gonna win this round.
They seem to be a little bit afraid of fighting against AE, which definitely does make sense. But
I mean, it didn't look like they were afraid of fighting. It looked like they wanted to take advantage of their flag, the fact that their flag was higher again, but they just couldn't hold out for long enough in the sense that at some point they decided for some reason to get very aggressive, and then they ended up fighting on AE's side of the church. And that really screwed them over, because then you're in the middle of those 3 archers, because this time AE decided not to send an archer around the back, which means they had all
yeah.
their archers there, and PE just willingly ran into it at some point, which I think
as
was
well
a
for the
mistake.
infantry there was like they were like right next to the flag but not close enough. Apis Europae actually raising
Yeah.
the flag while
Yeah,
they're
they were
dropping.
actually raising the flag, and that's a mistake by Polish Eagles. Like,
Yeah, just like
because
1 millimeter more forward and that would not have happened.
exactly, like, it's not that much difference. Of course, like, the AE imps are gonna try to hit on you, but as much as AE had like archers supporting them, so had Polish Eagles like Prince in the field as well. Although Azan did try to pressure him, but there was Polish Eagles cav protecting him as far as I know.
Yeah, they're doing a good job protecting their players, but they don't really need it even. Like it doesn't seem like the cavalry is really aiming for the archers. They're going into help the melee fights, which is completely acceptable. But these archers are doing
Yeah.
work for AE. They can't really underestimate them right now.
Yeah.
But what do you expect to see here? Do you think it was just the advantage of the factions?
I think like Polish Eagles, like in the first round, they actually had like they played it very well. Like tactically speaking, they just made sure their backline was safe from any archers trying to like put up an ultimate crossfire, so to speak, with fire from literally every direction, you know.
Yeah.
And they won by flag through doing that, you know.
They also did win the fights technically, but they won by flag first.
Yeah,
There
exactly.
wasn't a lot
Like
of
AE actually stepped up after that round, and they just made tactically better decisions, I think.
Yeah.
Like they were instead of being indecisive, it was more like patient, coordinated play, so to speak. You know, like they took their time looking for an opportunity to fight. You know.
Yeah.
And whenever they got those, they basically won the fight through that. It's not that I feel like the Polish Eagles players can't kill the AE players, because they've shown they can.
Definitely can, yeah.
Yeah, but it's just that AE play that much better around these flags. Like, Polish Eagles have made themselves rely on the flag every single round, which is understandable in the sense that they actually had the flag most of the rounds. So
yeah, they did. And we're live again, and we see 5 cavalry coming up from Apis Europae.
5
Dropping one
cav,
archer.
2 imps, 1
Actually,
archer.
technically 2 archers are dropped.
Yeah.
Nella being the solo
Well, I
archer
mean,
here now.
if Nana gets like those double headshots in a row,
You
you
only
know,
need the
then
one, yeah, exactly.
exactly. Um, this time
Oh.
from Polish Eagles have the same setup actually as they did on Sarnit,
It seemed
which
like,
is a little bit surprising to me.
yeah, a little bit. Like, I'm not sure if I agree with the 3 infantry, I'll be honest. Like,
I mean,
looking at the
just on an
spectate
open
here,
map, having 3 of your own cavalry against 5 of the enemy
that's
cavalry,
gonna hurt for them, yeah.
like the enemy cavalry, like considering it's like AE cavalry as well, like even with 3 cavalry, you can't possibly hold off 5 at the same time.
Yeah,
You know?
I think they should have switched in blue. She's been playing
Yeah.
very good as well. Like, there's no reason not to play her, in my opinion. Like, switch her off for an
Yeah.
infantry. But the fight's gonna
PE
break out here.
actually taking the flag.
Oh,
Oh, AE
Mitchell.
just wanna push into
Oh,
this.
Mitchell trying to
AE
be
just wanna
sneaky
be
there,
super
but
aggressive with all of their cav now.
it's not working out for them though. 2 enemy goes down here, but Scar with a double kill. Peter as well taking on Blackhawk, and here we go. He's looking for
This
a
is
triple
just a
kill as
cav
well.
fight, almost.
Yeah, the cavalry and the archers are doing work right now. Corey with a double kill as
Yeah.
well. Furin's the last one alive.
Scar actually getting a lot of kills in that.
Yeah, he did.
Like,
He
as
got
an
3
infantry
kills.
on an open map, you usually don't get to play it like that. But yeah, the cav just came
It's
in
just
running
like-
all the way to him, man.
It's just a cluster of cavalry everywhere, and like, it's such a chaotic fight.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like Polish Eagles, like after they see that AE go for 5 cav there, you just immediately get more cav yourself as well, because you just saw what AE did. Like, they didn't actually like do a standoff like they did in the first set when the flag
Yeah,
spawned there,
they were
you know?
very aggressive there. You just
Yeah,
pushed
they
in.
just pushed into them. They were like, okay, open area, easily accessible for cav. The Polish Eagles archers also, I didn't see them set up anywhere.
They didn't really get a chance to shoot. I mean,
Yeah.
Broomstick got 1 kill. Prince didn't really get anything off. He died quite quickly there, actually. Like, they recognized the strength of Polish Eagles, I think, and just pushed them.
Yeah,
Not giving them
although
time to shoot. Especially Vega archers. Like, you don't want them to shoot. They hurt.
they definitely hurt. I mean, yeah, but it's like like you said, they didn't really give them a chance to fight, which is how AE should play. They have 5 cav. What like
Oh, again.
they're gonna have to commit at some point.
They have not been lucky with this fight though, but looks like AE's just gonna push them. They just want to
but
fight in the
that's
open.
what
That's
AE
perfect
wants.
for them.
Like
yeah.
they don't want them to get to the flag because that's a more closed area.
Yeah, this is perfect for AE.
Oh,
It's
Peter's
so
behind
open.
Prince.
Oh,
Oh,
Scar
Prince is
though.
gonna get pushed so hard.
Furunin does get
gonna get some
dismounted by
support.
Mitchell though. Yeah, Prince is in a very tight
Farunin also
position.
dismounted already.
Yeah.
And he's getting shot. Oh, look at Nele's
Oh,
position. At the
Blacko
low
coming
map.
into Barry. Oh, he's just getting slapped from every side right now. Prince actually is looking like he's gonna survive this. Bush taking on Mitchell as well.
love Nele's position.
There's Nella right
I
now.
don't know how he got there. But
Oh, he's been there the entire time. Broomstick is gonna have to be careful, but he's using the wall, the tree there. That's a little bit of cover, but not good enough. And meanwhile, the AE
yeah, I
cavalry are
mean the
just
AE cav are just
dominating.
cleaning up. Like if Polish Eagles haven't recognized that they need some
They
more
need
cav
more
right
cavalry
now,
right
then
now.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Also, I'm with a team killer on Barry, but it's not gonna matter. Yeah, there we go.
If
Triple
Polish
kill from
Eagles
Peter,
don't take
double
more
kill from
cav
Axel.
now, then that's just a mistake.
It's
in my
already
opinion.
a GG in my opinion. Like they need that extra cavalry player right now, but who's gonna do that right now? Like
Nope,
I-
three imps again,
Yeah.
3 cav again.
they just
This is
they
a
don't really
big
have it right
mistake,
now.
I
They
feel.
kind of don't have the cavalry players in right now. Like they have blue in spectate. I feel like they should have played her by now.
I mean that's one thing, but if you see that everything's going like this, like their imps don't get the chance to do any imp stuff, you know, like on
Yeah.
an open map, like even if a cav runs into your spear or something, you know, like okay maybe it's like Serenit cav, but while you're busy fending off one cav, there's 4 other AE cav, you know.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you can't stop them all. Even with
Exactly.
3 infantry, like it's
I mean-
it's also just so much of a cluster right there. Like it's fights everywhere on the map, and like
Yeah.
you can't really.
And I feel like if AE recognize that they still haven't like gotten any more cav, then what they're gonna do is just do the same thing over and over and over again. Like
Yeah.
they're just gonna rush in like before that, like now they might even let them get to the flag first. If
I
they
would
want.
imagine they just take the flag right now because they have the massive advantage of that.
Yeah, yeah,
like
exactly.
right now, we can see. I think it was Axel was on the flag, just raising it a little bit. If Kurtz hadn't like, I feel like they could have just blocked them off there completely and won by raising the flag.
Maybe, but
Because the cavalry power of AE right now is so strong. I mean, Peter's just chasing Kurtz in the background
yeah,
with
and
javelins and just
that
hammering
now
him
they
down.
only have two. I don't see how Polish Eagles win this round.
This is
even. They
gonna
only
be
have two cav.
incredibly heavy for them, yeah.
Like
Korean...
how do they defend anyone on their team? They only have two cav against 5. Like,
Bush as well is taking a big hit there in the background. This is not easy for them. Like they're gonna struggle here for sure. Meanwhile,
yeah.
the flag is almost up as well. Like maybe 20 more
I
seconds.
mean, they're gonna try to push the flag, but the moment they get into melee, there will be cav just swarming that area.
Yeah,
Like,
Broomstick is already in a tricky position. Like yeah, he's
yeah.
got a little bit of a...
Like, Mitchell was already
Well, Prince
preemptively
as well
couching
is...
around the corner just to check if some
Yeah.
inf wasn't paying attention, you know?
Prince is shooting in the back line, but he's very low already.
I mean,
Like,
that's one
they
cav down.
could do this.
They wanna win this round, then they're
Oh,
gonna need to
Bush
shoot
with
all
a
the
good...
cav.
Yeah, Peter taking him down there
But
at the
that's
end.
not gonna happen, it looks like.
Once an archer position is revealed by the cav, it's very difficult for them to
And
do
the
anything.
team kill, oh, that's so painful.
Peter as well there, just taking out both of the archers beautifully there, and
Yeah.
Roba just dominating the second set.
Yeah, I think, like, just taking 3 cav was a big mistake by Polish Eagles. Like, what were they really able to do? Like,
They couldn't decide anything on the map. Like they were just completely
exactly. Like,
dominated by
AE
the...
just had so much mobility and overwhelming power with their cav, you know, they couldn't really stop it.
Yeah, they should have said, like as we said, like they needed that extra cavalry, like at least one extra cavalry.
But I feel like you could either look at it like AE forced them into this position by taking the 5 cav, you know, or Polish Eagles just let themselves get into that position because they only took 3 cav.
Yeah,
Like,
I feel like you need the 4 cav, especially. Like you know how dominating Episode by cav are. Like,
yeah.
you cannot let them have 5
Like
cavalry
4
without countering them.
4 cav there was a minimum for them, to be honest. Like, because any of their footmen, they were never able to really protect them, you know.
They could have also taken 3 archers actually.
That's
I would have rather
possible,
see 3
but
archers
But
instead
then
of
how
3
do you
infantry.
protect your archers? Because then you're gonna be
Yeah.
like sacrificing like like you're not gonna sacrifice another calf, so that means you're gonna be sacrificing another inf for an archer, which means that there is at least one archer that doesn't get an infantry with him, and then the calf literally cannot go to AE anymore at all, which
Yeah,
means that the AE infs and archers will just be able to do whatever they want because there's no pressure. Like, they don't have anyone to expand like from their calves to go to the front line and kill people, you know. They basically all have to be in a defensive position. And that's not how you want to fight.
Do you think
You...
Polish Eagles will have a better chance now on Northtown? I mean, cavalry will not play as much of an issue here. Like, there's no way Epstropa has more than 2 cav. Do you think this will matter?
I think it will matter, but it's like I don't know if I haven't seen like Polish Eagles in beat like AE caliber in that much.
They've like, yeah, I can see what you mean. They haven't really been any fights where you could say like, oh well, this infantry killed this infantry, because it's just group fights.
Yeah, of
All
course,
of it is
but I
group
mean
fighting.
just overall, like based on performances in a couple of the other WMT matches that both teams played in, I felt like the AE inf was a lot more coordinated than the Polish Eagles inf. I think if Polish Eagles want to be able to get something done here, there is one way, which is through their archers. Like, they absolutely need to wreck AE with their archers or something. Because I think the best Polish Eagles, the Polish Eagles infantries are going to be able to do is, like, fight even with AE infantries, like, at best, I feel. I don't see Polish Eagles winning an infantry fight against AE like massively or something, unless
not massively,
unless
definitely.
AE just screw up like a massive amount.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit more like just. I feel like they can do it, but they need to just pull out. Like they just need to take a second here and just relax a little bit, and maybe just find a way to counter Peter. Like Peter's just doing a lot of work for them.
I mean, it's not only been Peter though. Like Corey has been doing just as much as a Cav.
Yeah,
I
that's
feel.
true. Yeah, Corey's also been having a good game, and Scar as well as the infantry got
but
like
it is
4 or
true
5
that
kills each
Peter
set.
got like the more decisive kills, and with decisive, I usually kind of mean more like these early fight kills, you know, like early in the fight kills.
Yeah, you can kind of see the way the cavalry communicate as well, because you see like, okay, this archer is in this position, I just got shot by him, and then like
Yeah,
a few seconds later, Peter just comes out and couch him from around the corner.
yeah.
Like this is what they need to do, Polish Eagles as well. But
Also, you don't see Apis or Europae cav all going for the same target at once with all of their cav or something necessarily. At least not like run into each other because of it or something.
yeah, I think they still have potential here, but the problem is now they're gonna start as Rodox. Well, Rodox or Swati on the close map. I'm not sure who would like, potentially have the advantage here. The
I
infantry
mean,
of Polish
I think
Eagles.
Rodox actually suits the playstyle of Polish Eagles better, and it might also be better in this particular situation, because playing super aggressive against AE sounds like it will result in your death right now. So
Yeah,
if you can kite them a little bit more and have the archers shoot AE to
yeah.
pieces,
I mean the problem
then
is
that
like,
could work.
yeah, they can do that, but then they have to fight the cavalry and the archers of Europae, which are not very. It's not gonna be easy to kite them. But
It's not
I
gonna
can
be
see what you
easy
mean
to,
with
but
the idea.
I
Yeah,
don't see any other like decisive way or plan that they could use to
yeah,
beat AE, because they're gonna need to beat them 3-0 two times in a row if they want to win, right? So,
yeah. What do you expect to see from just purely based on setups here?
um, uh, I don't know. I don't. I think Polish Eagles will try to be aggressive, but I'm not sure if it's gonna work out for them, and I think AE will just play as they always do.
Yeah, I don't think A needs to change anything right now. They just need to
Oh, I
play the
mean, they're
game.
6-1 up in the grand finals against Polish Eagles. Why would
Yeah.
they need to change something up?
Well, let's
You
find
know,
out. We are live.
like it's a different map, but let's see. Let's see. I mean, I've been surprised before in this tournament, so who knows by this point.
Yeah, that's true. I
I
mean,
like how they're putting Prince on infantry again. You know,
Polish Eagle having 3 cavalry. I feel like
3.
maybe, yeah, 3 Rodok cavalry.
I mean, it's an interesting idea, right?
Yeah.
Like, because that does mean you're gonna definitely have more cavalry than the enemy team, because who
The
takes 3
problem though,
cav on a close map? So it's an
as,
innovative idea, I guess.
especially as Rodoks, I mean, they have essentially the weakest cavalry players. Like
Um,
just
I
the
guess so.
statistics are very weak.
But
Meanwhile,
I mean, technically speaking, like on a closed map, well, you couch around the corner as Swadia or Rodok like as long as you get the kill, it's okay, you know.
yeah, it's up to them right now because
Yeah.
Epis Europa have 5 infantry players
Yeah,
and
they're outnumbered in infantry. Like because they're outnumbering AE on Cav, that means they're gonna need to do a lot. And this is
this
I feel
is,
like this is
yeah,
a horrible
this is
spot for Polish
already
Eagles to fight.
this is very bad for them. Like looking at
Like
the armor as well of AE already, they opted to not take as much weapons and just focusing on armor. Like
yeah, I
they're gonna
think
need
that's a
it
good
against the
idea.
Cleaver. It's a very good idea. Peter taking down Fury
Oh,
in here
Bush
already.
actually getting an early kill as well.
Blackhawk as
too.
well. This is looking good for them.
PE need to win this melee fight because their
Yeah.
Cav can't help them as well.
Alzon is very low. Kramer's stabbing him back to the
And they are
pike.
winning the melee fight
They
so far.
definitely are. Blackhawk taking on Colonel Cursor as a team kill, but Axel fighting against the pike. Scar as well.
I mean,
Oh, Axel with a
oh,
double kill
Axel,
there though.
beautiful.
Scar as
And the
well.
second bump. Oh, this is so close.
Yeah,
Broomstick?
the double
Maybe
bump.
Broomstick
Axel
can get
there.
a shot in.
They're gonna have to be quick though. It's 2 versus 3 now. It looked so beautiful for Polish Eagles in the beginning. It's Broomstick
Yeah, but
and
that
Blackhawk.
attack by Axel actually crippled them so hard.
Yeah, it really
He
did.
took
Axel
down
did
2
beautiful.
himself, and then in the aftermath of that, he bumped someone.
Yeah, he
which
double
set up
bumped,
a
didn't he?
kill for
From
Scar.
with the butt of this horse. And just Axel again, just playing beautifully there. That was
I
very well
mean,
played by Axel and Scar and Deacon. They just really performed there.
I mean, that looked a lot better for Polish Eagles than I thought it would be at the beginning, at least. But
Yeah, I agree with that.
like near the end of that fight, when Axel got
That's
in,
when
made
Axel
2
shined.
kills,
Like he just like he was unstoppable there.
if he didn't provide those practically 3 kills for his team, then
Yeah,
they would have been massively outnumbered.
Yeah, I mean he only grabbed 2 kills for himself, but his support cav there was beautiful. Like that was
And
incredible.
it's difficult to do in the graveyard there as well, because you don't really have a lot of space to move. You know, you could get stopped at any moment, really.
Yeah, yeah. The graves there is not easy to fight at, but
Yeah.
he pulled it out. But he did get shot back there a little bit by the Polish Eagles.
I wonder what PE are doing with their cav. You see all of their cav
Yeah,
moving as a unit right now.
Yeah, they
Like
are.
they're moving really closely together.
It might just be a little bit being afraid of Peter, because Peter's a very aggressive cavalry player. He will just chase down one cow and jab him to pieces.
I feel like Polish Eagles should push out of this
Yeah,
flag
this
position
is...
because they don't want to fight at it.
No,
with
this
this
is
many
not a
cav.
good position with the 3 cavalry.
Like they kind of want to push AE right now, I feel, and just hold them there so they can couch in the back. But if they're gonna fight in this corner, that's bad for Polish Eagles.
This is gonna be even worse for Polish Eagles. Yeah, at least fight right here where they are now. This is
Now
good.
he's
They're
also
calling
up
him
on
a
the wall
big.
in the back.
That's
I
not a good
mean-
position right now. He's jumping down as well, as you can see there.
Yeah,
in
that's
the
good. Voice is trying to get in,
yeah.
but he's getting
He's
blocked.
not gonna be able to do that with
Oh,
Awesome and
Peter
Scar
actually
there.
getting well, not
Oh, he's
directly
getting hit
dismounted, but-
really hard though.
Oh,
Voice
nice
taking on
coverage
Axel,
there.
that was
Oh, clutch fight in the corner.
that was
This could go
exactly
either
what
way,
they
I
needed.
think.
Prince is fighting Scar here, and like they need to kill
Ferunian
Peter.
getting a nice kill on Bliff there.
Yeah, this is looking better for them. They have the advantage, but
Not great though, because
No.
their calf still can't do too much.
double kill from either side here. Peter is still on the flag. Like they need to stop him, and Nella as well. He's just shooting. Furion's gonna go
Yeah.
push him, but
Everyone's going into the fight right now.
oh,
and they
Nella is
dismounting
stabbing
Furion.
him,
Oh,
and then
that
2
cripples
stabs.
them
Just
so hard.
yeah, this is not good. It's 3 versus 3. Like they can still win.
Someone
they have...
needs to take the flag. or
Yeah, they
something.
should. Or
Oh,
like
Peter. taking
Peter.
down Broomstick.
Yeah, he's got that all pack.
Prince is gonna have to do it. Like
Yeah,
Peter is a one hit.
This is
If
Prince
he
though.
gets
I
in-
mean, Prince can do it, but
Oh, super aggressive though.
yeah,
Yeah, that wasn't gonna work out.
range misjudging the range there a little bit. Just a little bit of a panic strike. Felt like just jumping, trying to get away from him.
Well, he
swinging
didn't really
little
have a
bit wildly.
choice because if he had waited, he would have gotten the shield stunned by Peter afterwards and killed anyways.
That's true.
So, yeah.
GG's have been
Oof.
called there. There's no way for Polish Eagles to get back, but I assume they will continue playing.
I think so. I mean, the Polish Eagles cav actually got more work done in that corner than I originally thought, but I think it still would have been a lot better had they tried to fight in a more open space. I feel like overall Polish Eagles have been relying too much on like actually setting up around their flag position, or just in general the flag position.
I think
Because
I think
that's-
Polish Eagles is kind of just getting outpicked basically. Like they're just 3 cavalry here, only 3 cavalry on the open map.
Yeah.
I don't feel like they have the players they need right now to win this.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. Like 3 cavalry on an open map is like
That's
way too little if the
Yeah.
enemy has 5 cav. And 3 cav on a closed map with only 1 archer. I mean, I guess it's a Rodok archer and everything, but
it
still.
is, but it's also Roda Cab.
Oh, the PE cav trying to get in, but yeah,
Bush
they're running
breaks
straight
the
into
shield.
the whole fight. And
Broomstick
the
take.
kill.
Oh, this is not good.
Colonel
Like
Kurt's
they've
trying to
just
get
given
in.
up right now. Deacon as well,
AE
just
just clean.
double kill there from there's not much to do. Peter there with a nice stab in the back of Kurt as well, giving the kill to Axel. And this is
But-
just
Like that's a perfect example as well, right? Like their calf can't do anything. Like their calf tried to come in through the back, all pikes. Their calf tried to come in through the front, well they couldn't really because it was literally body blocked by everyone on their and the enemy team. You know? Like if you try to run through that mess, then you're gonna get stopped or shot or something in the middle of that fight, you know?
yeah, absolutely.
Like there is a reason clans don't take more than 1 or 2 cav on a closed map,
I
especially
feel like they could have actually
this.
gotten away with just the 1 cav, especially as Rodok.
Yeah, I mean they were like, well at least at the first round in the graveyard they were actually winning the infight, which was very surprising to me, to be honest. Like they actually made some nice use of pikes there as well to hit at AE from a longer distance,
They
you know.
did a pretty good job with them as well. Like
Yeah.
it's not like it was just like a panic thing. It was, especially considering where they were fighting, like on the graveyard there, Archer's not gonna do that much work, and
Yeah.
the AE Archers didn't really get that much done there.
Yeah.
The pike killed a couple of people. It was a good idea to do, but yeah,
Yep.
it was like rushing into 5 infantry players when you have 3.
I mean,
Yeah.
like, it doesn't really matter which faction you have if you
Yeah,
take 3
absolutely.
cav against Swadia, because you're gonna run into all pikes when they
Yeah.
have that many imps. Because the fact that they took 3 cav, and they had the 4 infantries against the AE 5 infantries, that means that with their own infantries they cannot possibly keep all AE infantries occupied properly, you know. So that means that at least like 1 or possibly 2 of the AE infantries are gonna have a chance to stop the enemy cav that are incoming from the back with all pikes. And that's exactly what AE did in one of the later rounds of that set. I'm not sure which one, but...
We're gonna take a look at the last set as well. We don't give up until it's over. Let's take a look. Like, I mean, the Polish Eagles kind of just want to grab a couple of rounds. This is the grand finals. Like, they don't want to end it this way.
Yeah, I mean, I see Deacon with the hammer though. I think he wants to hammer this stuff down.
Yeah, it's hammer down, guys. Let's do this.
Yeah.
The setup
I mean,
of,
if he gets killed early, then it'll look kind of stupid, you know. But
yeah,
if he actually gets like, if he gets rolling with the hammer in the middle of a fight, well,
that's the thing. Like they have a lot of
done.
infantry players. Like again, 3 archers
I
for
mean,
Polish Eagles.
I don't see how this is gonna work out for Polish Eagles, and that like, what?
Yeah, it's they've been playing a little bit strange. Like the first set was a completely okay. Like I could see the way they were thinking there, but now it's
I'm kind of mind blown at this because like 3 infantries when AE have already shown they want to be this infantry heavy, you know. Like you're willingly outnumbering yourself in infantry. Like Prince is actually already like
Curse as well.
being aggressive. Polish Eagles are making the right move though. They're pushing into AE, which is what they should do, but they can't push any further there.
No, like right
no
now,
way.
this is exactly where AE wants to fight. Like here is exactly where they want to fight.
And
this
now
tiny,
that the fight
corner.
is gonna get to the flag, I feel like this is gonna get very bad for the Polish Eagles cav very soon.
Yeah, they're not gonna have much. I mean, they are Swadian now, but
the thing is, like, if you look at where AE are, where is their back open? Like, there is a wall there. You're not gonna get there.
Oh, Mitchell taking down Hubert there in the side of the shot as well.
Oh,
a little bit lazy there, just not really paying attention.
There's actually a clutch fight right there, but
one by one they fall.
No way for Polish Eagles, guys.
Let's follow Deacon here with his hammer. He already taken down one.
Yeah.
He's looking for one else, but he can't really find them. They're all dead, sadly. Trying to jump shot, but he does catch Broomstick there. Bush does take down Scar as well. I mean right now Deacon just needs to...
awaiting his
Broomstick with a nice shot on Deacon. He did the trick there with this is why you don't take these shields. They are not good. But Deacon, yeah, he's got his hammer. Oh, Bush getting trapped. Very narrowly.
One as well, man.
He's just gonna run after him. Screw it. They're just gonna pick up a little bit better weapon. Like, I mean, he could definitely use a new shield. It's a little bit torn down.
Well, I mean, if he's just gonna hammer the whole round without getting his shield out anyways, then it doesn't matter.
This is a beautiful blockade made by AE. They will never cross there.
Yeah, that's never gonna happen.
He's just taking a flag as well. He's playing crossbow. He used to play crossbow. Peter does take down there. Bumping him down very massively.
I mean, just a one-on-one calf-on-calf fight, I guess, but
he's gonna survive.
They're gonna run away in peace.
Yeah, he's gonna be able to upgrade a little bit if he was quick enough. Maybe he wasn't. It's hard to say.
No, because he had to rebuy his horse. So
that's true. He did lose some gold there. Actually, he lost all his gold there. That's very good point.
Horses are expensive, man.
Yeah, it's 800. No, 600 for Swada. Yes.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, but it's still.
Oh,
he did get 2 gold.
Just running straight into the back of AE, but
this might be good for them.
Oh, that was very aggressive by Chrono Crit though. He didn't wait.
The Deacon has his hammer. Oh, he does get a hit.
This is very
gets
messy,
stopped.
but
Yeah,
look at
Furion.
where Mitchell is. Like he can shoot on whoever he wants.
All eyes are on Deacon right now. Just hammering them down. Double kill with his hammer. He just crushed Furion, both him and his horse. No mercy here.
Yeah.
There we go. Nelly as well with a shot in the back.
I mean, I don't know. I have not seen any opportunities at all for a Polish Eagles calf to do anything,
Don't worry
and
about
yet
it,
they're running
because
around. Oh, they actually switch it up. They
a
have
little
5
bit.
imps now.
Yeah. If you look at their equipment,
I mean, I'm
this is
at
how
least.
you do it, man. This is how. Just pull out the 200 swords. Let's do it. And instantly going out. The dualism
Duelist
is
like, I
awoken.
will 1v8 this team.
just
fine.
come at me, man.
Oh,
Black
he
Oak with the
actually
200 as
gets
well,
the kill
playing
too.
Beacon. Two
And
team kills
two team
there
kills.
for Polish Eagles. Deacon, you need your hammer. What are you doing? 3 players left for Polish Eagles. 2.
He's not taking the
Kramer.
hammer out, man.
He's got it out now, it's fine. But Clark Johnson, like, no, this is my kill. Peter as well, the killer in the end.
I mean,
An
I'm
impressive round
surprised
for
they even got one
this
kill with
Europae.
a great sword there. Or wait, actually 2-handed sword.
I mean, it's a duelist weapon. Doesn't count.
We're not talking about that.
But that was incredibly convincing by episode Europae. It
Yeah.
looked so good in the beginning.
I mean, I actually think this is a little bit like AE biting themselves a little bit as well, because I think their setups were very questionable. Like, they didn't give themselves a
Yeah,
lot, if any, flexibility at all in their tactics. Like,
basically the problem was like their setup was not very like it didn't really fit the maps. Also the way AE played.
I also don't
Like
think
they
it fits
just
their playstyle
yeah
always. Like,
yeah I mean
sometimes, yeah, I guess. I mean, for a closed map, taking 3 calves is something I could see Polish Eagles maybe putting off, but this isn't like Mountain Fortress or something where you at least have some space to run around, even in the like closer quarters, you know? Like on Northtown, if you look at the very positions the flags are in, you know, you don't want to fight there with that many cav.
yeah
So I was surprised that they actually let it come to flag fights every time, even if they had the flags themselves. You know, like having
yeah
the flag doesn't always mean you're in an advantageous position, if you ask me. Like,
yeah
in
I think that's very true.
yeah.
It all depends on how the fight actually breaks out, and they just couldn't control the fight.
I mean, if you noticed how like quote unquote unlucky AE were with all these flag spawns every time, like. How many times did they actually get the flag? Like, not that many times. At least
AE didn't get
not
the
on the
flag.
first map.
I think they got it one time on the first map
Yeah, they
potentially,
got it
and
a
that
couple
was
more
it. Like
times on the
that's
second
literally it.
map,
Yeah.
but still though, like, I kind of feel like AE is better than what they showed here.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Sorry, Polish Eagle.
Yeah, I
Polish
think
Eagles is better
they
than
kind
what
of
they
hurt
showed here.
themselves a little bit. It's a shame, but yeah, they're also
Yeah,
taking a screenshot right
I
now.
mean, congrats to Apples Europae though. Very convincing play. Definitely, like, worthy of the win if you ask me. Like, the way they played everything. So,
Yeah, I think there was no like they were still a favorite like from the beginning when they signed up for the tournament.
yeah, I mean, I still would have liked to see a little bit more of a fight, like close fight, so to speak, because especially on the first map in some rounds, Polish Eagles definitely showed potential. Um, but I felt like they just became a little bit too passive once they got like the flag and stuff. And they also didn't really have any space for flexibility, like I already mentioned before with their setup, so yeah.
Yeah, I think AE did great. Their like decisions on the setups just completely destroyed the Polish Eagles ones.
Yeah,
We are gonna get an interview as well. We just
which is
need to
good.
grab one.
Just need to grab an interview. Uh-huh.
Yes, grab them. Wait, no, I can't say that. We will not follow Trump's example.
Hmm.
Let's see. No political talk, please. Greed, stop it.
I'm gonna pretend I never heard that.
Yeah. So far, what do you think about the tournament?
Wait, you're talking to me? Oh,
Yes, of course I am.
well,
We
I think
need
it
to
was
buy
a good, I
time.
think it was a good tournament. I like the idea with having the 2-week mastery of open, mixed, and closed maps, stuff like that. I think that's pretty good. Although I would have liked if we had like a couple more weeks before we got like a single elimination bracket, because we both ended up like with like default wins and stuff, as well as the fact that not every team has played against every other team, not even like half of them, which I think is a little bit, I don't know, like it's not great, so to speak.
Yeah, it's kind of has to be done. It's just how the game works.
Yeah.
The pick nights were supposed to counter that a little bit more, but there's only so much you can do, really.
Yep. So, how is your interview coming along, man?
We have
You
Oodle
you
so
grabbing it?
far. Yeah, I'm grabbing as many as I can. It's my lesson.
Okay.
They said they were sending a couple of people. We'll just have to wait and see.
All right, all right.
They already sent Oodle here, but
Wait,
we're also getting M.
I
apparently.
don't think Udall played, but
No, he's
their coach, right?
he's
So
Canadian, so like yeah, he's coach of the team. Let's just grab him while we wait. M is a little bit slow
maybe
tonight.
they're still like
They're just celebrating a little.
busy celebrating, you know.
There we
like,
go. Both of them are here.
They even stuck around on the server for a little bit after the last set.
Yeah, they took their picture. Caught it on stream as well, so it will always be commemorated. Let's get the
Good.
video going. Hello.
Hello.
Hey guys.
Hello, hello. How was your match, guys?
It was pretty good. My massive boys, they turned up today, smashed some Polish Eagles heads in. Can't be
Yep.
happier with it, really.
Brilliant play. I had them training, countless hours. 8
That's
hours
good.
a day just to win this match, and they pulled through. We had a game plan and we executed perfectly. So, yep.
Yeah, at the start of this tournament, we were kind of worried about activity and stuff. Jake, that's Oodle, Oodle, he's really been whipping us into shape. He's kind of, had us on like a regimen, like, physical fitness as well. Like, he's had us all in the gym, training hard, get home from the gym, sort of, 6 in the morning. We're playing warband sort of 7 to 10 hours a day.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Good to hear, good to hear. So, like, did that count, like, for everyone, like, that, regular training kind of stuff, like 7 to 10 hours a day is a lot, in my opinion, nowadays, but...
I mean, that's minimum. Like, sometimes we go above that, do like a long day, but yeah, it's what you need to do if you want to continually win these trophies. I mean, I don't know whether people have seen the APC thread. If you go on the Taleworld's forums, head to the clan hall. There's an APC Europae thread you can have a look at. There's a little list of trophies there that we've won over the past.
Well, you can add another
Eon.
one to that now, of course.
Yeah, we'll have a custom bespoke one built, I'm sure. But yeah, it's a good little trophy. I mean, it means a lot to us. Obviously, I mean, maybe you're surprised to hear we have a lot of people who kind of talk shit at us in the community, but we do understand why it happens, because you see this list of trophies and then you compare it to their list of trophies, and it's a blow to the ego, and then they have to come to you, they have to talk shit on Twitter or in game, and it's like, the proof is in the little cups.
Okay, so
You have a way with words, man.
Thank you.
you definitely do. So I wanted to talk really quick about the match you just played against Polish Eagles, alright? So it kind of felt like on the first map, Revan, you just like Polish Eagles had a very awkward setup, so to speak. Like they only had 3 cav. Do you think if they had like more cavs or more of their cav players present at the match, they could have perhaps posed like more of a threat to you on the open map or
Definitely,
something?
No.
Because it definitely felt like with the advantage you had in Cav, you just crushed them.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Peter was going absolutely huge on that map. Like, Cav is a threat, and that's something we were talking about. Jake was talking to us a lot about it before the game in the coaching session. He was saying, you know, their Cav, especially against Castellans, you could see it. They were a big threat. Like, they were coming in from all angles with no warning, with no preamble, just coming in, killing you with couches. So, you know, we were aware of that. If more of their Cav had been there, maybe it would have made a difference. But yeah, I think their real problem today was closing out rounds because they were doing that with their Cav. They were coming in hard and fast, getting sort of 3 or 4 kills sometimes, and then it would slow down. And as soon as it slowed down, it became our favour again. So I think that's something to work on. But really, they've done amazingly. They've got to the grand finals of this tournament, which I think is as far as they've got before.
I mean, not a lot of people I've talked to expected them to even get to the grand finals.
Absolutely
in the first
not.
place,
They've beaten some great teams on the line. They beat Castellans, which was a big shocker to me because I assumed, you know, as soon as Castellans beat Random Force, we'd be playing Castellans in the final. But no.
Yep.
So big respect to Polish Eagles. They've played a blinder.
So, considering that you were kind of like expecting Castellans to be in the finals after they beat Random Force, and then seeing Polish Eagles beat Castellans like that, did you like how much of a threat did you think Polish Eagles would be to you like before the match?
I really think that, you know, whatever team we're going to face in the finals, I think we had the best chance of winning no matter what. You know, this is the best team in the world. And, you know, we had a game plan coming into this match. And, we know we used the game plan that we put together and we executed it and we came out with the W. So that's all it is, to be honest.
All right. Confident, decisive words from you. So, what do you think your MVP was for this match?
Well, our MVPs for the last couple of matches have really been sort of Peter and Scar. I'd say they're the best cavalry and best infantry around at the moment, and they're really making the kills happen. Like Peter's getting on Reverend Village today, I think he got about 17 kills just on the first map, and Scar's doing the same on every closed map, doing great work. So
yeah, Peter also has like an insane average amount of kills per match, which is like 16 or 17 per match or something.
Yeah, almost
like,
17.
That's his average.
Yeah.
So,
just it's a brilliant player, he's one of a kind.
Some kind of god.
Yeah.
Obviously, we've got a lot of other people who really, you know, make it possible for us to win. You know, Azan does all our strats every week. He works really hard on that. We got all the men who turn up and play, just really good. I mean, some of our men today,
do you
they got
guys
cold
just
feet.
let Azan handle all the tactics kind of stuff, or do you like all just sit down and go through it together as well? Because
No, a few of us usually talk about it, but we only really ever talk about it if he's having problems because his usual ideas are pretty damn solid, and we win loads of stuff when he's leading. So we usually let him do his thing.
All right.
He knows his thing.
Okay, so did you have anything to add, Greed?
Yeah, what do you think about the tournament so far? I mean, so far, it's a bit late to say that now, but what do you think about the tournament in general?
It's been good. I don't pay too much attention to, you know, the stuff going on the forums and stuff, so I don't know too much about it. I tend to just turn up and play, but I think some people weren't happy with the format or whatever, but we won, so I think the format works. You know, seems fine.
Yeah, the best team usually does win. We grabbed Prince as well. He had a few words to say.
Hi Prince, good game mate, well played.
Yeah, I want to say the same. It was pleasure to play against you guys.
Thanks a lot, man. Good game.
I thought we will play better, but still, I was hoping for a few more rounds. But you have to admit that some rounds were closer than you thought.
We were actually screaming in TeamSpeak for a lot of those rounds where we thought the round was lost and then we were coming back. There was maybe 5 or 6 of those where it looked like you'd already won and then we managed to scrape it back. So this really could have gone anywhere. So,
yeah, there was like this one round on the second map where I was actually like Polish Eagles imps were outnumbered 4-5 in the infantry fight, but they were like massively winning that fight in the graveyard on Northtown somehow. And then Axel came in and killed people.
Yeah, Axel
I
just
believe. Like
And one team
sitting
killed.
around there.
he killed
one, yeah,
two
that's
people
true.
himself, then bumped another, and that turned the fight around. But if that didn't happen, then I think Polish Eagles would have won that round, for example. It's
Yeah.
just one example, really.
Yeah, no, there was another one as well. Scar managed to open up a couple of kills. If you manage to get a couple of kills back, then it's just equalizes it, and it then the round can go anywhere.
Yep.
Yep.
But in the end, your team did manage to pull through quite decisively. Like, even if we
Yay.
count all the rounds that were pretty close, I still think you would have come out on top quite comfortably from the looks of it. No disrespect to Polish Eagles, of course, because throughout this tournament you've put up like a great fight. I never expected you to get this far, and I still think you put up a pretty decent fight against AE in the finals, even though they won like this, you know.
Yeah, we just don't want to be, bit, just don't want to be like Agnicord or something like that.
Oh,
I
there's
mean-
nobody would say you're.
I
No,
mean,
yeah, no. Going
we-
forward into other tournaments, no one's going to underestimate the Polish Eagles. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Got a
You played
reputation.
really good throughout the tournament.
Yeah, exactly on Castellan's match. It was, I think, our peak of team play and skill. But
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
in that week it was like, next tournament is starting and people find new teams, and I don't know. Maybe that was the main factor, that we wasn't focused. Yeah, of course, we wasn't even thinking that we can win, but as I said, we were hoping for a few more rounds.
I mean, I can see why you do, considering the fact you beat the teams you did on your way to the finals. And I mean, considering your own personal performances in those matches as well, Prince, which is, well, definitely commendable.
Yeah, I think you made a name for yourself this tournament for sure. I mean, if anyone ever underestimated you before.
Well, I
They will not
definitely
do it
know you
before.
made you made a name for yourself with Greed. I know that for sure.
I offered
He didn't
to
stop
marry
talking
him.
about
okay?
you for days after that Qualitas match, man.
Look, we know what we like. I like him.
Yeah,
All right, so wait, you're bringing in someone else, Greed?
Scar is coming as well. Oh, never mind. He ran.
Because I actually wanted to go to the shoutouts. I was wondering if there's any shoutouts you guys want to make. I'll let you do them one by one. Let's start with M,
How
I guess.
nice of you, dude.
Oh,
Well, shout outs to all my APC Europae men. Just absolute tough lads with hearts of gold. And to you guys for streaming, and for the guys who ran the tournament. It was fun. I didn't know if we were going to play another tournament in Warband before we went to Bannerlord or whatever. So it was nice to play and win another one. Thanks.
all right. What about you, Udo?
Same thing, to the Apis Europae boys, those are my homies. And, to the stream, thank you, and the tournament organization team. Thanks for that. Thanks for the tournament.
All right.
Prince?
Yeah. What about you, Prince?
So I want to shout out you guys. It was pleasure to play with you. It was honor to play with you, and yeah, thanks for this tournament.
You are
Good
just a
luck in new
sweetie.
teams.
See? Can you blame me for wanting to marry him? I mean, come
He's
on.
lovely.
Yeah. Alright, that will be enough for us for this tournament, and maybe for a long time, depending on what happens in the future.
Things.
Yeah, we might not stream the next tournament, we'll see.
I mean, we're playing in that one, so.
Yeah,
I see how
also-
it is.
You
also,
took Black Hawk.
we did take back. We took him back, dude. He was mine to begin with.
It was mine before you.
Sucks future.
I have a bad feeling about this conversation.
We can
right
fight.
now.
Archer duel.
No, I'm wasted.
The winner
After-
gets Black Heart's heart. I would be up for that.
Black Hawk shoes.
Yeah, we're in 2016. You're right. He has the right to choose. But yeah, thank you everyone for watching, for following us throughout this tournament. Well, let's hope we do it again. It'd be a shame not to.
Yeah, I'm sure
For
we'll
sure.
see you very soon. See you guys.
Take care, guys.
Good night, everyone, and happy Halloween!